We are starting today a new topic. It is the work, energy, and power in mechanics. We start with the general definition of work, energy, and power. Work is applied to any activity which requires the exertion of muscular or the mental efforts. Energy is the ability of the body to do the work, while the rate of work done is called the power. We start with work. In physics, we define work as the product of force and displacement. Suppose this is the body of mass m on which a force is applied. This force may be in any of direction. So we say this force is applied in the direction at an angle of theta with horizontal, and due to this force the object moves on this horizontal plane and reach at some position. This is the initial position and this is the final position, and due to this force this object moves and reach at final position, which is having the displacement s from the initial position. As per definition, work is the product of force in direction of displacement, that is F parallel to the displacement and displacement. Here force in the direction of displacement is, as per this figure, it is F cos theta S. If we make component of or resolve this vector, they are the two components. We resolve it and now these components are F cos theta. A component which is along the angle is always in terms of cos and other angle will be sine. This already discussed in the chapter of vectors where we define the resolution of vector in perpendicular components. So this f cos theta is parallel to displacement, and this product f cos theta into s, this gives the work. This formula is applicable when force is constant. But if force is variable, then we have to use the integration method where we define work equal to integral f cos theta. This is the force acting for the very small displacement ds. So in general, this f cos theta into s, this can be written as work equal to f dot s. This is the dot product of vectors, or we also say it is a scalar product because result is scalar. This implies that work is a scalar quantity. It means it has only magnitude, no direction. However, we say work is algebraic quantity. That means it is maybe it is positive or negative or zero. So if we have to find the work due to the number of forces, then we have to calculate the works due to the individual forces and then add them algebraically to get the net work. Work will be positive as per formula when theta is less than 90 degree, because cos theta is greater than 0 or positive, it means positive when theta is less than 90 degree. Cos theta is less than 0, that is it is negative when theta is greater than 90 degree and less than 180, and cos theta equal to 0 when theta equal to 90 degree. So work will be positive when theta is less than 90, work will be negative when theta is greater than 90 and less than 180, and 0 when theta is 90 degree. It means work is an algebraic quantity and we have to add work algebraically with sign. As the force was constant, we write W equal to Fs, F dot S. Similarly, if F is variable, not constant, then we can write it is integral F dot ds, and integrating from initial position I to final position F. This will give the work for a variable force. Already said that work is a scalar and it is an algebraic quantity. So to be added algebraically with sign. Unit of work is joule. It can be calculated from W equal to Fs cos theta. F is Newton, S is meter, and theta is angle, cos theta is a number. It has no unit. That means 1 joule equal to 1 Newton meter. It is in SI system. Similarly, in CGS system, a common unit is erg. It is equal to 1 dyne centimeter. And if we convert it into the joules, it will be 1 dyne, we have already told, it is 10 power minus 5 Newton. And 1 centimeter is 10 power minus 2 meter. It means 1 erg is 10 power minus 7 Newton meter. If we have to find the dimensional formula of work, then it is ml2 t minus 2. It can be written easily with the formula W equal to Fs cos theta. Here we again mentioning that F is a, this formula is applicable when F is constant. If F is not constant, then we have to use the integral method. Here, unit of F is Newton and S is a displacement, its unit is meter, and cos theta is a number. Newton we can write, Newton is the kilogram meter per second square. This is the Newton, because 1 Newton equal to unit of force, and force is mass into acceleration. Mass is kilogram, acceleration is meter per second square, and meter. So it is kilogram meter square per second square. This is the one, it is the 1 joule. So kilogram meter square per second square, if dimensionally we have to mention, kilogram is the mass, so m is the meter, it is L square, it is meter square, so L square, and second is the time, so T, capital T refers to time, raised to power minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula. Now we take some very simple examples of calculating the work for clear understanding. Suppose this is a mass m on which we have applied a force F, and the weight of the body is acting downward, and due to this force object is moving up with some acceleration. Now we have to find the work due to the force and work due to the gravitational force or the weight. Here this work will be positive because angle between force and displacement is 0 degree. And in case of the gravitational force, this mg, work will be negative because angle between them is 180 degree. Similarly, one more example. Suppose this is a floor on which a body is placed and body is stationary. No external force is applied. In that case, forces working on the body is its gravitational force, that is a weight mg. This mg give a action on this floor. This, due to this action, this floor give a reaction to the body equal to the action but opposite in direction. So there is a normal reaction force due to the floor on the body, and no other force is acting. In this case, work by normal is 0 as S is 0 because there is no displacement in the direction of force. So work is 0. Similarly, work due to the weight is also 0 as again displacement is 0. But if we apply a force on the object, say external force F is applied now. Mg is still acting downward and there is a normal reaction force N. As we apply a force, initially if surface is rough, it means there is some friction. As we start to apply the force, a friction force will start to act in the opposite direction. That means it have the tendency to oppose the motion. Because force have a tendency to move right side, to opposite friction act in the left side. In beginning, till F is less than equal to FMS, maximum static friction force, this object remains stationary. That means F equal to F less than FMS, object remains stationary. There is no motion, so no displacement. In this case, work due to the normal force is 0, no displacement. Work due to the mg, 0, no displacement. Work due to friction, it is also 0, no displacement. And work due to the external force also 0 because there is no displacement. Now we further increase the force and a situation comes when force becomes greater than FMS. In case external force becomes greater than FMS, then this FMS, maximum static friction force, now is replaced by the kinetic friction force and body start to move in the direction of the force. In this case, work due to the normal force, it will be still 0 because displacement is in the perpendicular direction to the normal. Theta is 90 degree, therefore work due to the N or the normal force will be 0. Similarly, work due to the weight, it will be also 0 because again theta is 90 degree. Now work due to the force, this will be positive because force and displacement are in same direction, that is theta equal to 0 degree. And force due to the friction, it will be negative because displacement is in right side and friction is on left side, that is angle between force and displacement is 180 degree.